What is up, everybody? Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes. I wish you could hear what Liam just said before we came on. This is episode 89. And gentlemen, did you know in the history of the Patriots, there is one player to wear number 89? One player, and it is the immortal Bob D. He played defensive. He played DN, and guess what, guys? He technically didn't even play for the New England Patriots. He played for the Boston Patriots.
Wow!
Yeah.
Well, history.
So this is the Bob D episode of Tuck Rule Takes. I'm Mike Sullivan.
Okay.
Al's here. Liam's here. We got our people here. Your people here. I am happy to be here with you guys. It always seems like when we record a little bit later that it's been months since I've seen you guys. So
you've aged another 40 years since I've last seen you, Mike.
I am feeling my age, which is only 31, more so every day, and I want to die.
The tan gives you like 2 years off, so you could pass.
You should see my tan lines. You can't see. It's horrible.
Farmer's tan.
Oh, farmer's tan. And then I wear fucking knee protector things at work because old. So I have like a weird ass tan line with those.
You're wearing knee protectors, huh?
I think why. I got to get the good ratings for Amazon, man.
Wow. I didn't know they pay like that. Tight. I'm gonna have to start getting Amazon delivered.
Little bit of personal news, guys. Today I made a big purchase. And you know what? There's not much to talk about today, by the way. We're going to talk about DeVante Parker, Andy Reid, Bill Belichick, a couple other Belichick stuff, save a few little tidbits for the end. Nothing crazy. I got Blink-182 tickets tonight, guys.
There you go.
Fuck.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tampa.
Good stuff, dude.
Yep.
How much?
Tampa on Tuesday. We got section 313. I don't care if anybody knows, whatever. 313. I think they were just under $200 a piece. So that's not crazy.
Great price.
Yeah,
I couldn't find anything
crazy.
less than $5.
No. You get. That's why we waited as long as we could, and it's not close. It is kind of far, like a little far away, but I know the Amalie where they're playing in Tampa. It's like, even if you're you could be in the furthest row and you're still. It's not like you're at like Gillette Stadium where, you're up in the rafters and you can't see shit. But yeah, I'm pumped. I looked at the, I didn't want to know.
Basically.
Dude, I didn't want to know the set list. And then my wife's like, I'm going to look at it. And I was like, okay. Tell me if Aliens Exist is on there. It's my favorite song. She's like, yeah, it's on there. I was like, fuck, okay, tell me. So she ran through the set list. I'm pumped. I'm very excited about it. But other than that, anything new happening with you guys?
Yes.
Hold on. Riddle me. What are they opening with?
They are opening with the Anthem Part 2. That's what they're opening.
Fuck me.
Which I mean, yeah, right? Like Anthem. I mean, oh god,
it's gonna be so sick.
They have a string there where it's like, I think it's Anthem Part 2, then the Rock Show. And then they have a string where it's like Stay Together for the Kids, Adam's song. I mean, like all the sad, but I can't fucking wait.
Adam's song. Is that the beginning?
I can't wait.
I figured Adam's song to get everyone to kill themselves.
It's like right in the middle towards the beginning. I don't know. And then they got their new song. I can't wait for that. They got all the small things towards the end. Obviously, all the small things towards the end. So yeah, I'm pumped though. I can't wait. It's Tuesday. It's coming up. It's next week. Tuesday.
There you go.
So that's actually also me breaking it to you guys. I will not be able to record Tuesday. So maybe we push it to Wednesday or something. Or we can do it Monday, whatever you guys want to do. Whatever. Or we can do it Wednesday. I can give a little review about it. However you want. So but yeah.
How about you record live from the concert?
There you go.
I'll just keep
singing the lyrics to whatever song's going.
I'll mute it so then you guys can just see everything going on and all that shit.
Get the lighters going on.
We're like, Mike, what do you think about the Patriots signing DeAndre Hopkins? You're like, all the small things.
Just going in. Yeah, but no, I'm pumped. So, I'm going to bring my 31-year-old ass there. I better not see any goddamn kids in my way who are like, I only know with like the other singer, the other lead singer. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
They're like, what's this song?
Get out of here. Stupid Rock Show. What is this? Yeah, anything new with you guys before we jump into anything pressing you guys want to get off your chest?
Yes.
Exciting.
I just played the greatest basketball game of my life. couldn't be stopped.
Double-digit points? Double-digit points? You get it?
No.
Double, triple double.
We were it was
Single,
only
single.
two.
Triple, single?
We were playing to 11. Yeah, it was definitely a triple single. I was a very well-rounded player out there, balling
There we
out of
go.
control. Set some serious screens out there, but I had my Kawhi Leonard game winner. Catch at the top of the key, run baseline, step back, dribble around the rim, and in for game. Yeah, so that was pretty tight. Even though I fucking hate Kawhi Leonard,
There
I
we
was
go.
big balling today.
We're with pickup basketball royalty right now. Okay. like
What
it.
can I say? It's heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Al,
It's so
what's
stupid.
going on with you?
Your boy got a new job.
Oh,
That's way more important than my news.
Yeah.
There we
I
go.
forgot to
feel like
text
a-
you guys.
I
I
feel like a
forgot to text you, but
retard.
I figured we'd be
play
recording, so I'm
basketball.
like, yeah, I'll just put it on the podcast. Yeah, so I got a new job. So
Wow.
my old teaching job, my contract technically ended June 30th. That's like the technical date. They paid me out before because I wasn't coming back.
Did you opt out of your player option?
Pretty much. July 1st, I got an offer that I accepted. So now I just got to go in next week and do the paperwork.
All right.
Nice. And this is
Yeah.
This is-
Give it a little
so-
details.
So
Just a
it
little
is
bit.
it's a middle school job. So it's 3 middle school math classes, 1 middle school social studies class, all 7th grade. So it's all 7th grade math, 7th
you're
grade
teaching
social studies.
social studies?
It's a weird thing they have that they have to, I shouldn't say weird because I don't want to get fired before I technically get hired.
It's a
But-
fucking
Unique.
stupid thing that
But
this
it's
These idiots.
yeah.
Hal
the way
goes on a tirade.
They basically, so I'm in a team of teachers, and then we all split up the social studies, so we all get
Like
one.
Justice League
social
of
studies.
teachers.
Pretty much, yeah. I think I'm on a team called like the Wolves or something like that. Like I think that's our team name. So
It's,
Badass. KG.
that is
kinda
badass.
Symbols. Like
There's
it.
or
Okay.
Rudy
Comes with-
Gobert. Very
oh, it
French.
gets even better. And this is big. This is big in the education world. So if you don't understand, these are big deals.
You
Own
guys hit your
classroom.
kids.
Oh, no. Own classroom, which
That's
is
big.
huge.
I know that's big because I was friends with my teachers before I left high school. I know that's big, having your own.
Oh yeah, I didn't have my own
Yeah.
space last year, and that was a big like downfall for me. I need my own my own space to breathe. And
Flask in the top right drawer.
There.
are you trying to get me fired?
No,
Like,
I'm
what
just-
type of
I'm
guy
just
are
saying-
you?
I'm
Play
just
store.
saying, if I was a teacher, these are the things that I would think of.
You would
Well,
get
he can't put
fired
it
on
there
day
now.
0, not even day 1.
Yeah, true. Put it in
And
the top
then-
left drawer.
And the big thing, big salary bump.
Oh,
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
I
I
the
figured.
most important, I would say.
I kind of figured if you were going elsewhere too, though, because I know you really like those kids.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no way to say that in a way that doesn't sound bad.
I enjoyed the student teacher relationship I had with my
Nice.
students,
There we
and I
go.
saw them grow,
Very
and
PC.
develop, and become young men and women of society.
Well worded. I would have said
Very,
something
very
way
well.
more
You
fucked up
you
than
enjoyed
that.
your time with the kids when you taught them. That's
Yeah.
another. It's still kind. Yeah,
Nice.
that's still good.
Good
Still
for you.
No, that's
dog.
no, Mike. That's a
Congrats.
good way to do it. Thank you, much appreciated. Now I just got to sign the
Wow.
paperwork and get the ball rolling.
Yep. Make sure they never see this podcast.
God damn, guys! I
No,
look so much more tan than you guys. Have you realized?
well,
this?
yeah,
Have
because you
seen
live in a
this?
state where it's sunshine every day. Every day it rains in Massachusetts.
Like,
of
I'm-
course you're gonna look.
It rained
tan.
today. It rained today. We get rain. It's actually.
Yeah, you get rain for an hour and then it goes back to being sunny.
Dude,
I don't know. I look pretty bronze.
it was 99 degrees today. It was horrible.
Do you
Oh,
guys
but
see
my
this?
tan
it hit
lines up.
90s. It did hit 90s in Mass. I will say today was a nice day.
Disgusting.
This
I'm
is not
disgusted.
white, if that's what we're talking about.
No,
Yeah,
that's just burnt. That's like lobster.
No, this
red.
isn't burnt. This is tan.
That's not tan.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
That's not tan.
Yeah. You're a hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm just a realist. Like I tell you in the group chat.
I think you're just jealous because you're not as bronze as me, and that's fine.
Oh, listen,
I'll
I've
to you.
established my father is all Armenian, so he's 100% Armenian. He has like the tan skin, like
So
he
you guys
he
are
gets
all
it perfectly.
hairy?
Well, yes, obviously.
The
And
first
then
thing I thought of too.
also, you guys,
It's like
You guys
kind of
are-
the standard, right?
I mean, listen, you guys are simple-minded, so
I'm just
it doesn't
staring at
surprise
Al
me
now, like-
that you. It's not surprising. That
Al's
you went
trying to
down
explain that
angle.
his dad's tan, and me and Mike are like, ask him if he's hairy. Ask him if he's
Yeah,
hairy.
of
Just
course.
do it.
Yeah,
Do
because
it.
you two
Do
are on
it.
the same telepathy length right there, that wavelength. But yeah, and then I'm like, I get my mom's fair weather skin. I'm like, why couldn't I just get my dad's skin and be tan year round? Would have been
Did
perfect.
you get your mom's Harry back too, or?
See,
Man,
I'm Irish as shit,
who
so
hurt
I
you?
should be normally.
Who hurt you? You know what? Your Patriots training camp
Tried to move
invite
past
just
that.
got revoked.
Oh,
Boom.
fuck. Damn it.
I'm back in.
Mike,
back in the game.
Mike, you're more than welcome. You come
I'm
down. I'll buy you
flying
lunch.
Mike up
Come
from
down.
Florida.
Like, you're
Liam,
good.
don't
Liam's
go.
got to
Here
pay
I
all
come.
of his own stuff.
Oh, fuck.
All right, so I think we talked about us now. I think that's
Yeah.
important. We got to let people know who we are. You know, not only
Yeah,
are we just like a great Patriots podcast, we're kind of just enjoyable, entertaining people. So I think that's, you know, one of us are tan. It's really cool. It's a cool situation we got here.
You just had to throw that little
so
like
we,
shot for yourself, didn't you?
We talked
Yeah,
about
you
Devante
did.
Parker. You're Armenian. Look at that hair.
Well, it's not on my back though. I got a pretty clean back.
That's fine. So it's okay. Patriots.
I had my
Devante
brother
Parker.
shave it this morning.
Devante
The
Parker.
details. I'm just gonna push right through this because I want to leave this hairy conversation.
Wow.
You certainly don't look like the most smooth-skinned individual in the world.
Great choice of words there, Mike.
The
Great choice of
details
words.
Hairy conversation.
have come out about Devante Parker's 3-year, $33 million deal, up to 33. $4.9 million in statistical incentives, which is up to 14.7. I don't know. $400,000 all-pro incentive, 1.9 incentive year game bonus each year, whatever. The 2023 and 2024 salaries are guaranteed. But the deal creates about $2.4 million. So kind of what we all expected. Incentive laden deal. Like we said, if he lives up to the $33 million, I mean, that means he's got 14.7 million of that is going to be statistical. So, I mean, that means that he's been playing well. If he hits the other ones, that means that he's playing every game, which is good. And then obviously, if he is an all pro, that's going to help us too. So I think this kind of just comes out great deal for both sides. Again, I got nothing negative to say about this deal, especially now seeing the numbers. You guys have any different thoughts than what we had last time, or just kind of good knowing exactly what's going on?
I do have a question. I think I posed something similar, but I'm going to ask it, maybe just reiterate the point, if anything worded a little differently. So let's say, hypothetically, because it wouldn't happen, like even to the most healthy receivers, it wouldn't happen. But throughout this contract, let's say he plays every single game and we turn the Madden sliders injuries off. No chance he gets injured, plays every game. Do you guys think then he still lives up to that contract?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
If he plays every
Yes.
game, I think so. Cause I mean, we've seen what he looks like, right? When he's healthy for the most part.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
so yeah, I think.
are we talking about, like, much like I said in the last show, he had that 2 catches for 19 yards against the Steelers, the no catch game in week 1. Like, are we, if he plays every game, that means, you know, if we're free balling it here, if we're being generous, he'll have 4 of those games a year for 3 years or whatever it was.
I like to
that
think he doesn't.
worth? It's not a crazy
Hopefully.
contract by any means. Like, even if
No.
he hits all his incentives, it's still not an absurd contract. So I understand why
But
you guys are friendly toward it.
But I
Mhm.
think because he'll be playing all 17 games, then he's more likely to have 1 or 2 more really big games and then have the opportunity
Yes.
to have 3 or 4 even so-so games, which then in turn gives you more comfort in the contract.
Yeah, because
'Cause
I
the
guess
contract-
there it's what you value. It's a double-edged sword. He's going to have a bunch of 11 for 154s, and then he's going to have a bunch of 2 for 19s.
And then you hope in that case, you hope that Tyquan Thornton has a big game. You hope Kendrick Bourne has a big game. You
Picks
have
up the
you
slack,
hope,
yeah.
yeah, you hope Juju picks up the slack in a game or 2, you know, but and don't give me the attitude, Liam, because 1 or 2 games Juju can actually have a good game. Don't tell me otherwise, because otherwise you're just
No,
a
it
blind hater like you tell me I am all the
We
time.
moved past it. He didn't even say anything. I don't
No,
think he was
no,
gonna
you
say
saw the look in
anything.
his face, Mike.
Yeah,
you
I
saw
think he was
the
talking
look
about
in his face,
Hopkins.
Mike.
Actually, Liam, you brought up something again, because you always do, because you're a fucking great co-host. As we all are, but Liam, just you bringing up that
I was
point,
gonna say,
DeAndre
ouch,
Hopkins.
dude. Jeez.
Do you think DeAndre Hopkins? Do you think that impacts him, Devante Parker, getting his numbers? Not the healthy ones.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's kind of dependent on that. So, like, I think maybe the Patriots signed this deal kind of knowing, assuming maybe if Hopkins comes or not. I don't know. Like I feel like Hopkins being here or not being here impacts this contract for Parker one way or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Gotta hit
he
these
won't be able to hit
stats.
most of those if the incentives are target related, touchdown related, yards related. He's going to have a lot harder time hitting those. But obviously, the Patriots don't want him to hit these incentives. That's kind of the point of an incentive late in the contract, right?
Yeah, it's kind of one of those ones like if he hits it, they'll be fine if he does because it means that it's going to be something good. But ideally for them, he only hits like a couple of them, which I mean, that's not saying anything bad about the Patriots. I feel like that's how every single team works.
Yeah, that's how organizations work. They'll throw in some easy ones. They'll be like, get minimum, 2 catches a game, and then we'll give you like an extra 500 or whatever, stuff like that. There was a basketball one a while ago. Do you guys remember Nick Collison? He used to be on the Thunder. He was on the Supersonics. There was an incentive in his contract. If he won MVP in the 2009 season, he would get like an extra $20 million. And obviously, anyone who knows Nick Collison, he's never averaged more than like 10 points. Like for a random role player to win MVP, there's literally no chance. Like Al has a better chance of winning MVP than Nick Collison, 100% flat.
Hey, listen. 27 points in the student faculty game. Continue.
Well, you're probably playing against a bunch of divorced, fat, old guys, but like still, it's 22 points. It's a points.
Middle school basketball game, you dummy.
Oh, you're playing kids?
Point still stands.
Student faculty.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't listen.
I figured you were playing against faculty as well.
Yeah.
No, the faculty's together. It's students versus faculty.
It's kind of messed up.
And you only put up 27? Yeah, now I'm looking at
Hey, listen, leading scorer. What do you want from me, dude?
Again, well, then your teammates are milkmen and divorced people. Like friggin', what are you looking for here? I would be windmilling down the lane if I'm.
There's video of this, by the way.
Oh, dude, please send me this.
Oh, I can tell you where to get it. It's fine.
Excellent. Oh, I'm watching.
I can just imagine Nick.
I just need to see your jumper.
Like having Collison getting that deal ready and being like, hey guys, real quick, if I win MVP this year, 20 mil.
They're like, totally.
Sure, bro. Like, awesome. Thumbs up, dude.
Sure.
20. You want to make it 30? Like, what the fuck?
Big Baby for the Celtics used to have a bunch of weight incentives that he never hit. Not once.
I met Big Baby and Nate Robinson. They were doing some signing in Boston. Or I think it was Boston. I forget where it was. But yeah, it was some bar or whatever. I had
Nate
pictures
Robinson.
with them. I don't know where they went.
Big Baby Fox.
Nate Robinson's good. Yeah, Big Baby. Yeah. Did he get in trouble?
He's in a lot of trouble with the law.
You're running some crazy like tax ring or some shit.
Yeah,
or whatever
he wasn't paying his taxes, tax fraud. Did you see the video he posted after that?
Yeah, he was on a plane, right?
Yeah, he's like, has a bunch of Popeyes. He's on his private plane eating Popeyes. He goes, don't believe the rumors. They're just trying to drag down the rich black man. Takes a big chunk out of his chicken. I'm like, yeah, Big Baby. Fuck yeah.
So,
but yeah, this Parker thing, it's pie in the sky for like his incentives and whatnot. Half them I can't imagine he hits.
No, I think it's just kind of good to get like clarification, confirmation that it is a good deal for both sides. Creates room if you think the Patriots need it, great. I think we all kind of don't think they necessarily need it, but it's nice to have, play around with, especially if you're looking to sign Hopkins and Cook, which for the first time in 4, 5, 6 weeks, we have no DeAndre Hopkins news or Dalvin.
I know.
Actually, we do. Yeah. We do.
Jesus.
Did you see the, I don't know if it was the thread, which by the way, because Twitter's going down, the tubes. So now there's this threads thing.
Come on, these kids in their newfangled social medias.
Apparently Hopkins found like someone made him like clam chowder when he was in Boston and he found pork in it and they should have called it bacon chowder or whatever.
First time he ate pork in like 8 years, he was angry. Yeah. Well, there we go. He's going to Tennessee. He goes to Tennessee because
Titans got the advantage.
It's all barbecue in Tennessee. He's fucked either way.
Imagine
that's true too.
Can you imagine if that's what did it? He went home and he was like, you know what? Fuck these Bostonians giving me pork. I want clam chowder, not pork. It was kind of weird, but but still.
I've never heard of pork and clam chowder.
Well, bacon, right? Don't you get bacon and clam chowder here?
You can.
I've actually never. Sounds delicious.
This is a bad thing. I'm gonna say I've never had clam chowder.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Being from New England, it's bad. Never had
I've
it.
tried it. I tried it once or twice. It's not my thing.
I've eaten the little crackers. The little crackers.
Oh yeah,
are
the
the
oyster
best.
crackers are good.
I eat the shit out of those.
Oh,
I eat
Who the fuck are
10
you people?
bags.
I eat that
know.
shit, scoop it up with my hands, rub it
know,
all into my skin.
Well, see,
Well,
I was afraid
you're
of
a
it.
caveman, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
I was afraid of it as a
delicious.
kid. I was very picky.
Afraid of it.
Clam chowder sounds weird. I don't want it. Soup with fish. I didn't want that.
It does
I
vaguely
love
resemble
seafood.
semen, but it's delicious.
Well, maybe I'll give it a try then. Yeah, I mean that was the
Well,
selling point right there.
There you go. That enticed
I
them.
think I'm in.
Al, closing thoughts on DeVante Parker's deal?
Good signing. Just hope that he stays healthy and puts up numbers, because he can put up numbers when he's actually 100% healthy.
Kind of a
feed it to
2-year deal
one,
anyways, because only this year and next year are guaranteed. So they can cut him after next year if they really want to. We'll see if they will or not. So we actually have a couple different Belichick things. The first thing I wanted to talk about, though, I don't know if you guys seen it. It's been kind of going around the talk shows and shit like that. Andy Reid is a very good football coach, but people are now saying, I don't know why. I think because it's a slow time in the NFL, so people are just throwing shit at the wall trying to find something to talk about. It's the whole, will Andy Reid end his career being viewed as better than Bill Belichick, or has he already eclipsed Bill Belichick? Before we go in there, just some stats to throw to you guys. Total wins, Belichick has 329. Andy Reid has 269. Playoff wins, 31 for Belichick, 22 for Andy Reid. Playoff appearances, 19 for Belichick, 18 for Reid. Conference game appearances, 13 for Belichick, 10 for Andy Reid. Super Bowls, 9 for Belichick, 4 for Reid. Super Bowl wins, 6 for Belichick, 2 for Andy Reid. I'm going to pass this to one of you guys because I hate when people bring up, is so-and-so better than Belichick, is so-and-so better than Brady, for that fact. So I'm going to give the floor to you guys. What do you think of this conversation? Then also, do you think that Reid has the potential to even pass Belichick? Or God forbid, do you think he's already passed him?
I'll take this as the residential Eagles expert here, with Andy Reid being the former Eagles head coach. His time with the Eagles, there's a reason he got fired. Like, I didn't want him to get fired. I was kind of excited about Chip Kelly, but I still loved Andy Reid. He was known as like what Dirk Nowitzki was before he won a title, where it was like, oh, he can't win in the big moments. Went to 5 conference games, only went to 1 Super Bowl, lost all of them. Didn't help the McNabb through 3 fucking picks to Ricky Manning that one year, but I digress. His opinion was not very good until he went to the Chiefs. And then his time with Alex Smith, good, but they were never going to win anything. Even the 49ers had to get Colin Kaepernick to win. I love Alex Smith, but he was just never one of those guys that seemed like he was going to make it to the big game. Everything completely changed for him with Patrick Mahomes. And any coach, Cliff Kingsbury, think of the worst head, Jim Tom Sula, that dickhead that was the 49ers head coach after Harbaugh. Terrible coach, didn't really have a chance anyway. But if you put Patrick Mahomes on his team, he's probably going to the Super Bowl. So Patrick Mahomes completely changed all the narratives around Andy Reid. And I don't want to say, it's no fault of Andy Reid. Like, he obviously put out a great system, but he's always had that pass happy, throw it all over the yard. McNabb was throwing it 30 times a game most times. We barely ran the rock. We would throw it a lot to our running back. So I think it's one of those things where the perceptions are skewed now because we're looking at it and they're the Chiefs of this dynasty. But back then, no one believed in Andy Reid. Everyone's like, oh, another conference championship. He's not going to make shit. And then with the Chiefs early on, he didn't actually win shit. With Belichick, he won as the defensive coordinator of the Giants. Obviously, he's not the head coach then, and he had a very stacked team, but he was a winner. Went to Cleveland. No one wins in Cleveland. A lot of people focus on that. And then he goes to the Patriots. I was watching a YouTube video the other day. I'm not going to plug it because I don't like his opinions. But he was talking about coaches that are on the hot seat. And Bill Belichick, he said it was far more on the hot seat. He wouldn't be surprised if he got fired if they had a bad year this upcoming year. And he thinks Andy Reid's job is completely safe. And this guy is an acclaimed Eagles fan. And I'm like, dude, like, you're way off for this one. Like, there's no chance somebody who wins 9 Super Bowls is ever getting fired. There's truly not a chance. Like, it just seems so ludicrous to me. I don't care how much him and Kraft fight. It just seems blasphemous to me. So now it's all 2020, where the last 3 years to 4 years have been unsuccessful for Belichick. The last 3 to 4 years have been super successful for Reid. And people can't look back at the past. So that shit bothers me. Obviously, Bill Belichick, goated.
You know, Al, I'll pass it to you in a second. So Andy Reid, before Patrick Mahomes in his entire career, which is a lot of years, from 99 to 2017 or 2016, Andy Reid only had 11 playoff wins. From 2017 to 2022 with Patrick Mahomes, he has 11 playoff wins. Yeah. So before people do the whole, well, Belichick was nothing without Brady, blah, blah, blah. Mahomes was just a glorified, a glorified Chargers team where like they're really good, but they get bounced in the first round or they don't even make the playoffs or something like that. So like you said, it like people only have a memory of like 2-3 years. Yeah. And that's, I think, what they're thinking of.
But... And Mahomes is otherworldly. Like, you can't blame the guy for having success the last 3 years. Fucker threw 50 touchdowns in his first year. Obviously, you're going to have stupid success. But the Eagles teams that Andy Reid coached, he had McNabb, Kevin Cobb kind of sucked, but then we got Mike Vick. Like, he had great teams, great quarterbacks, but none of them were throwing 50 touchdowns in a season. Didn't have a receiver like Tyreek Hill, Deshaun Jackson, a lot better, and, doesn't beat up women, but, like,
And it's funny though, no one ever brings that, and not the Deshaun Jackson and Tyreek Hill thing. No one ever brings up the fact where it's like when Andy Reid didn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback, he was just a good coach. But yet when you get Patrick Mahomes,
can get into the Hall of Fame, but
borderline Hall of Fame at best players. So, but yet when he gets Patrick Mahomes, boom, he's a world beater. Oh, yeah. And it's like it's the same sort of argument people have about Belichick, where it's like, and it's the same like shit. If Brady went to a team that wasn't the Patriots, Brady wouldn't be Brady. Like it brings me back to that conversation. It annoys me. Al, the floor is yours though, about this nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep mine short and quick. I mean, they both had favorable situations, right? The Patriots in the, early 2000s to really, through the 2010s were the best team in football until maybe like the very end in like 2019, 2020. Then you started to see, the tides kind of shift toward Andy Reid and the Chiefs. You have an otherworldly quarterback, Belichick with Brady and Reid with Mahomes. You had weapons. You had a top 5 tight end. Both of you had it in your respective time slots. The Patriots with Gronk and the Chiefs with Kelsey. There are a lot of similar. I know. Well, but Mike can acknowledge that he's a good tight end. Like I'm not saying
he's a great receiver of the football. Yes,
there you go.
Hall of Fame.
And Mike Gesicki will be that same way too. But anyways, so with that, they both needed each other. Both being Mahomes needed Andy Reid and vice versa. Belichick needed Brady and vice versa. You can't make the comparison because if they both weren't there, yes, Belichick won 2 Super Bowls as the defensive coordinator of the Giants with those teams with Parcells in the 80s. Great. Andy Reid, he made it to the Super Bowl against the Patriots and lost. Great. Both of them would not be where they were today without having the perfect quarterback for their system. And both of those quarterbacks are perfect for the system that each individual head coach that we're talking about in this conversation runs in their organization.
So are you saying there's not really an answer to this?
There really isn't. There's not. I think Belichick, because he's won so much and because now he doesn't have Brady, like Mahomes is still with Andy Reid. If they win another Super Bowl or two, I'm not saying he's going to get there, but the argument becomes that much more. It becomes harder.
How many more?
Definitely.
What would Andy Reid have to do? And who knows how much longer he's going to coach? So just that number we don't know. But what, in your eyes, what would Andy Reid have to do? What would his like accolades have to be to really have a conversation? Is he the greatest coach of all time over Belichick? And he's also got to pass people like Shula and like things like that too. But if we're talking just Belichick and Reid, what, in your eyes, Al, what would you think that Andy Reid has to do to really get into that conversation?
I mean, he's got to win 2 more Super Bowls at least.
At least.
What is it, 9-2?
It's
Super Bowl?
Yeah, but we're talking
9
just
to
head
4
coach, but-
appearances and then 6-2
Oh,
with
okay.
wins.
6-2,
So,
yeah.
6-2
So
with
then
loss,
if he
yeah.
wins 2 more, it'll be 6-4. And then you still have Patrick Mahomes at age what? 28, 29, if he were to win 2 more. So
Well, who knows? Yeah.
Right.
That's why I want to see it at the end of his career, because we don't know what if Mahomes goes and then he gets another phenom. Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
But just
And that's
like,
my
kinda
question.
overall.
When Andy Reid retires, or when one of them leaves, or Andy Reid retires, Mahomes goes to a different team, are they going to say who was more responsible for all the winning,
my God.
Mahomes or Andy Reid?
I'm
Just
gonna
like
say
they
that.
did
I'm
with
gonna
Brady
ask.
and Belichick.
Yep.
Of course, when people ask, which one do you guys think gets more of the credit? Because to me, I think it's 70, 30, 60, 40 Mahomes.
I do too.
I think
And
so too.
I
Because
think
I think
everyone
see
can
it,
say
yeah.
that. But for Belichick, those first 3 Super Bowls, while Tom Brady had his moments, he had the drive that led to the field goal that won the first Super
course.
Bowl.
Yep.
We also went 10-6 with Matt Castle.
Mhm.
We
Love that year.
won
That was a fun
the
year.
first four games of that season with Jacoby Brissett, Jimmy Garoppolo, and all
Yep.
that. Like, Belichick's done things with other quarterbacks. Obviously, he hasn't had a ton of success, but I don't know. I think we
People
could have
just
won
try to
those first 3
discredit him.
Super Bowls. I think we could have at least won. We definitely would have won 1 Super Bowl, probably 2 with Drew
Probably the
Bledsoe
first 2.
in there.
Yep.
Yeah, with Drew
Oh,
Bledsoe.
definitely.
in there.
Oh my God. If Drew Bledsoe is in, you probably still win those first 3.
Yeah, probably.
And then
Because it was all
after that,
defense.
who
Ty Law
knows?
had fucking 3 picks on Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
Like,
and I mean,
that defense
obviously
was winning.
Brady came in and did what he needed to do to win everything. Like, he
Yeah.
was a very good
And then the
quarterback,
latter
but-
half, the last 3, I would put Brady more in credit than Belichick for those last 3. First 3,
Sure.
Belichick gets the credit. Last 3, Brady, and that's why it's truly a debate. When Tom Brady left, everyone's like, "Who was more responsible?" Because you had to think about it. And I will say, like Al said, there's no answer to the Brady Belichick. Who is more?
No, there never will be.
There's
There
really
never
not. I will say Belichick, but I'm spiteful. I hate Tom Brady. With Andy Reid and Mahomes, you can look at it and go, well, Andy Reid, he came up short every single time until Patrick Mahomes came in and went nuclear. And then,
Right.
wow, all of a sudden, like it all clicked together. That's not a coincidence in my eyes.
Andy Reid had 2 of the greatest mobile quarterbacks of all time, Donovan McNabb and Mike Vick.
Damn right.
Like, I mean, I'm not even like an Eagles fan, but like, you can respect how good those players were.
Of course.
And like, I don't know. It's just so you're telling me, oh, Belichick didn't win till Brady got there. Okay. What did Andy Reid win before Mahomes got there? Like, don't give me all, they made the playoffs 11 times. Yeah, they made the playoffs 11 times in like 20 years or something like that, or even more. So like, I don't know, but yeah,
So
it's
even that
a
argument in my eyes kind of edges Belichick forward a little bit, where it's like, all right, you can make an argument the first 3 are Belichick's, the last 3 are Tom Brady's. I cannot make a single argument that any of this stuff is Andy Reid.
No, and of course, like, he's an offensive coach, whatever, but he's also an offensive
and
coach.
He draws up a great scheme for
but
sure.
Yet you see, 100%. But then you see Mahomes go out there and and it's like, does Andy Reid draw Mahomes scrambling for 18 yards and then throwing the ball to a wide open hill? Not necessarily.
He certainly didn't drop that fucking holding call that lost the last Super Bowl. But.
So I don't know. It's just one of those conversations where I think people just want the next guy. Just like when it's like, oh, Joe Burrow's the next Tom Brady, or Patrick Mahomes is the next, Patrick Mahomes, if he retires
Victor
right
Wembanyama,
now,
the best prospect since LeBron James. It's like,
exactly.
Dude,
like, you have these things, and it's like, you guys don't understand when it's a fun topic to talk about. It's a fun bar topic. You're sitting there drinking, eating, shooting the shit. It's a fun podcast thing. But when you actually break it down, nobody is touching Belichick. Nobody's touching Brady right now. Like, just stop. You people, Aaron Rodgers, who at one point was the greatest quarterback in the league, he's still not touching Tom Brady. Peyton Manning doesn't touch Tom Brady. Like, people understand what you have to do. And I hate singing Brady's praises because, like, I'm kind of sour on him right now.
Yeah.
But like, but then you go to Belichick. There will never be another coach who has that. If you just like look up his stats on Pro Football Reference, it's ridiculous, because next to everything, it's like Super Bowl, conference championship, Super Bowl appearance, Super Bowl, conference. So, and it's like, what the fuck? You're bringing Andy Reid is a great coach, Hall of Fame coach, most likely, should be first ballot, second. I don't give a shit. Hall of Fame coach. he's not Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is the greatest of all time. You want to know how you know he's the greatest? His last 3 Super Bowls, Belichick's and Brady's, it was, did Belichick just solidify himself as the greatest coach of all time?
Yeah.
After the 5th one, did Belichick just solidify himself as the greatest coach of all time? After the 6th one, the same question. That's how you know you're the greatest, when they keep asking if you're the greatest. Because guess what? You're there. There's nothing else for them to say. Hit my fucking elbow so hard on the table. Do you guys see that?
That was dumb.
That looks
Son
painful.
of a bitch.
But
Right in the
that's a
funny
good
bone.
point, though. If you look at the resume for that 20 years of Patriots dominance, every single season, you can make the argument that the Patriots were in contention. Like, even when Tom Brady went down with an ACL injury, halfway through the year, people were like, holy shit, they might actually fucking at least go far in the playoffs. And that was the only year. That was the outlier. Every other year, you had a strong argument. You were close to winning the Super Bowl. Andy Reid got fired because he went 2-14 with the dream team. It ended up being fucking terrible, but the Eagles were awful and they were supposed to be great. And Andy Reid was the head coach to win 2 games. Belichick has never, ever, would never, could never, unfathomable for Bill Belichick to win 2 games. Would never happen.
God, he won 7 in the COVID year, and everybody was like,
I was just about to bring that up. I was going to say the worst team that he had with Cam Newton leading the way past his prime, and then it's a 7-9 record.
Yeah, and people being out, all that stuff.
In that season, you could have gone 10-6 if 3 games. You just don't cough away the games. So,
quite literally, yeah. 3 of those games the Patriots gave up. So yeah, I don't know though. The Andy Reid thing is just it'll be interesting to see what happens this year. Like you said though, Alec, he's got to win a couple more Super Bowls to get really in that conversation. Al, by the way, another Bill Belichick topic. There was an article that was written or something about Pro Football Reference. I don't have it in front of me, or I forgot some of the details. Can you enliven us?
I mean, basically, I didn't read it either, but I saw it. I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, I skimmed.
I didn't even skim it. I saw the headline. I'm like, all right, I'm good. But basically, Florio wrote a piece about how supposedly Belichick and Kraft, there's some tension, and it's Belichick not having total control of the team because Robert's obviously supposedly telling him how to spend money and all this stuff. And it's like, it's so dumb. It's so stupid. I saw this actually came out on the 4th of July. So I know.
I saw that too.
I was enjoying my time, enjoying my food. And then I see this and I just kind of scoffed at it and I just moved on because that's what this is. And Mike, I think you said it perfectly. It's a slow time right now in free agency. It's a slow time in the offseason. Training camp's coming up in a couple of weeks, but for now it's going to be a lot of downtime and people are going to, throw the fishing rod out there and see what comes on the line. And then, what they catch essentially. And that's one topic that he thought would hit. And I don't agree with it.
And it didn't. It's just dumb.
Dumb.
When are these journalists going to realize, like, you are just throwing, like, stupid articles out there that people look at, don't read the whole article, will look at your title and laugh at you. And, anyone who reads it is probably some weird, obscure, like, hater.
People who are just looking for it. I got one of the, I pulled it up real quick. So I got some of the quotes and it's crazy. One of the things he writes, Florio writes, in March, not nearly enough attention was paid to ominous remarks from Kraft regarding Belichick's job security. Meeting with reporters in Arizona, Kraft was asked a simple question. You guys have posted a losing record 2 of the last 3 seasons. If that happens again, could Bill's job be in jeopardy, or is he here to break Don Shula's all-time wins record and beyond? First of all, weird question. Secondly, his response, look, I'd like him to break Don Shula's record, but I'm not looking for any of our players to get great stats. We're about winning and doing whatever we can to win. And that's what our focus is now. And it's very important to me that we make the playoffs. And that's what I hope happens this year. So fucking ominous, guys. So ominous.
Oh my God. He's totally firing Belichick. Holy shit.
An owner doesn't want to talk about specific accolades, player or coaching accolades, which is the Patriot way, by the way. No. He'd rather just talk about wins. What about that is ominous? Like I don't understand. And then another thing.
because Robert Kraft would rather hang out at Michael Rubin's party with all the celebrities than
Yeah,
talk
what the?
about that.
Oh, don't worry. I have a tidbit about Michael Rubin's party with Tom Brady and who he's.
I was hoping you wouldn't.
Just
No.
listen to this paragraph and tell me that this already isn't like a biased thing. Florio writes, does anyone really think the Patriots will win the division? It's not impossible, but it's far more improbable than it ever was when the Patriots were the Globetrotters and the Bills, Dolphins, and Jets each played the role of Washington Generals. Now, each of those three teams is better than the Patriots on paper. Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, and Tua, if he can stay healthy, are MVP candidates.
That's
The only one I'll give you is Josh Allen. Lest we forget, though, he is the Madden cover athlete, so the Bills are not going to have a good good year.
Break his leg.
But it's just like I'm just like skimming through it. It's just everything you say is. We all know how these things will go. In the ultimate game of rock, scissors, paper, who the fuck? It's rock, paper, scissors, first of all. In the ultimate game of rock, scissors, paper, Kraft owns all three. He's in charge. What he says goes. Who he says goes. And if Belichick fails to deliver a Patriots appearance, or if he runs the postseason victory drought to half a decade, like that's a huge jump.
Oh my God.
He's the one who could be going. And then he brings up, since Brady left, the teams have been just above ordinary at some point.
Who is he to say that Bill Belichick is the whatever the phrase would be, like the law. I don't know what fucking phrase I'm looking for there.
The judge, the
jury, and executioner. Yeah. Who is he to say that Robert Kraft has all that command when Bill Belichick has been there for 20 years? Like, why would you? Why would that ever be an assumption?
As long as Kraft. This, by the way, this is the last. This is the last goal. This is the one I was looking for because it's such like a leap for someone to take. He writes, then came the remarks that prompted the recent quotes from Belichick, not recent, by the way, at his final press conference of the most recent season. So back in March, these are the recent comments. Belichick pointed out that from 2020 to 2022, the Patriots ranked 27th in spending. Kraft pointed out that spending will never be the issue with the Patriots, and Kraft always gives Belichick what he asks for. Hidden in this back and forth is an old-fashioned pissing match, with Belichick trying to subtly shift blame for post-Brady struggles to Kraft for not spending, and with Kraft pushing it back to Belichick for not asking for the money to be spent. What the fuck?
Like, is our organization run by a bunch of 8-year-olds? Like,
that doesn't even make sense. What is hidden?
Like
There's
something
no
that,
pissing match.
your middle school students would do, where it's like, oh, they're trying to deflect blame, and I didn't do this, and I didn't do that. Bill Belichick stands up there after every single game and says, every loss anyway, I didn't have a good enough game plan.
Takes the blame.
Yeah. So why would you ever stuff like this? It's like you are grasping. He's
not having a pissing match. Here. There's no one. Dude, the fact that he says hidden in this back and forth, what that means to me is what I contrived from this to try so I could post something from recent quotes. Like
exactly.
What the fuck?
Hidden behind all this, so hidden that only I think this.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't want to talk about this for too long. It's
borderline like defamation, right? Like this is like he's saying that they're like a bunch of immature people up there, like running an organization like you'd be running like a middle school basketball team.
The way people talk about the Patriots between Kraft, Belichick, and Brady, they make it sound like this is some high school like
sisterhood of the traveling pants. I'm like, what the fuck am I listening to?
Like the way they
right
say
now?
like. Remember when it was like Brady went behind his back and went to Kraft to use Brady as a son, and Belichick's the old curmudgeon, and it's like what? Like why?
I mean, the only thing I'll say to that is Belichick is a curmudgeon. Like let's just call it like it is.
No, sure. But every time he's brought up in a negative light, the picture they use is always him being all frumpy faced. The adjectives that are used are always not,
the let's party
glamorous. Yeah, they're always things like that. And it's like, I'm not saying that Brady, Belichick, Kraft, they all had this great kumbaya, we love each other relationship. Brady and Belichick have said that pretty much. But the fact there's no hidden pissing match. Like, what? Stupid. But yeah, Al, actually good. Thank God you brought this up. I need to get worked up about something. This is the dumbest shit in the world. Like this is what happens from this span to when training camp starts. shit. Like that's why you see all these reports or whatever coming out about Hopkins. They're the same things. It always
Patriots
comes out. It's like
and Titans are the leaders to sign him.
reported
They're
Hopkins
the
is
favorites.
mulling
Jeremy
it over.
Fowler.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
Like they've even beat the Dalvin Cook thing to death, where they're like, Dalvin Cook, it has interest from multiple teams. The Patriots are one of them. Could be the Titans. Dude, just there's other things to talk about. Like there's other stories, actual football related stories that you can talk about, like interesting things. Why has no one talked about Kyler Murray? Kyler Murray was a mess at the end of the year. Why hasn't anybody talked about how he's doing? You know, is he meeting the Arizona standards for what they want? How does he feel that Hopkins is gone? What about Jalen Hurts coming? But didn't Jalen Hurts have surgery in the offseason or something like that? I think so. Like, why isn't anybody talking about that? Like, even it comes back to all this nonsense. So I don't know, but yeah, that's all I really had to say about that.
Sounds like a force. That's all I have to say about that.
I did tease it. Wanted to ask you guys this real quick. About to finish up, but I just wanted to ask you guys how you felt about it. There was a white party, Michael Rubin's white party, I believe, unless I got the name wrong.
Well, that doesn't sound suspect at all.
Very weird thing to call your party, but there were not just whites there, so don't worry. But it was people at the party. Tom Brady, Kim Kardashian were a little flirty there. I don't know. This to me is the most interesting storyline of the offseason. I know we are all
I didn't hear anything about that.
Very hip and up to date with this stuff. What do you guys think about Brady's new boo? Huh? Like he leaves the Patriots, leaves the Bucks, and he goes, Kim Kardashian, get great family, a lot of money. Brady needs money going through the divorce. So
not possible. They're in their wet cigarette men phase. Those guys, like who's that? The fucking assholes that they're dating. They all have tattoos all over the place and look like. I'm so bad at names because I don't obviously follow the Kardashians, but they're dating all these dudes that look like wet cigarettes. And Tom Brady.
Oh, you're talking about.
Courtney's dating Travis Barker, man. That's
Travis
so
Barker.
sad.
Yeah, Travis Barker. Who's her ex? And he also looks like a wet cigarette.
Yeah, they got the whole basically that whole.
Kim dated Pete Davidson.
Yeah, who is disgusting, and he's again a wet cigarette man. Yeah.
Pete Davidson.
All these people just look like somebody that you'd see in a 7-Eleven getting like a big pack of pots.
You look at me, you're like, that's a future Mr. Kardashian right there. You can see it. But I don't know. I think I cracked it though. I think Brady is trying to get some money for his divorce, his expensive divorce. So maybe he's trying to, get into one of the richest families in the country. I don't know. Kind of a weird thing.
But if not, good for him. Just good for him getting Kim Kardashian. I mean,
never good for him. Never good.
No,
I don't want.
I'll be.
Oh God! You know what I remember? We're doing the Brady night to open the season this year.
Against Philly.
That's gonna suck.
Oh, by the way, do we have an update on the Hopkins signing pool?
Yeah, none of us have one.
Well, but what days are gone, you dingus?
Yeah. I got you.
Well, obviously we're gone all the way up to the.
So I had July 3rd gone. Liam had July 4th gone. What's today's date?
Today is July
6th.
The 6th. Okay. Yep. Liam, your date's coming up next, July 9th. And then I got July 10th. I don't think it's going to happen for you.
So I got July 9th. So what's that? Saturday? No, Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah. Sunday. And
the Lord's Day.
6, 7.
Uncle brother up, DeAndre.
And then Al, your next day is the 12th. So that's next week. Next Wednesday? So
make me $10 richer.
We'll see what happens, guys.
Since you can't record on Tuesday, Al has a chance for if we move our day.
You have a chance, and then we'll come on.
It won't happen
next week. That'd be
DeAndre would never do that for Al, but yeah.
No. He doesn't. He hates you just like Al hates Mac Jones. So for did you guys have anything else you want to say before we go, by the way? Any parting words?
That tickled my fancy.
Sign DeVante. Well, you already signed DeVante Parker. Sign DeAndre Hopkins, please.
Sign DeAndre Hopkins. That's basically where it is. So for
Don't get involved with the Kardashians.
Liam, Al, I'm Mike. I'll be off to Blink 182 next week, so podcast will be delayed again a day or so. Hold your horses. Don't worry. You will be getting it though, so everybody be excited for that. Other than that, guys, we're out. See you next week.
Later.
You'll be sorry when I'm gone.
All the small things.
Small things.